Welcome back to Fiancé Live. Could you survive bringing your future in-laws under one roof for 3 days? Can you? Well, Family or Fiancé Season 2 debuts tonight on OWN Network. Celebrity relationship expert Tracy McMillan spends time with 10 engaged couples, all while they decide whether to break up or to stay together and get married. But as McMillan tells me, this season is all about healing, folks. Here's part 2 of our one-on-one interview.
Well, I think that we do have some couples who break up, and I imagine there are other couples who go home and break up. But I don't think the goal is keeping everybody together any more than the goal is for every couple to get married. The goal is for the relationship to find its truest expression. And that's what we're here to do. And each individual to find their truest expression. And when you have two whole individuals, the relationship can function on a level that is what's called secure functioning, as opposed to people who get divorced or break up or have rocky relationships have what is called insecure functioning. And you want to move couples from insecure functioning to secure functioning. Now, some couples come in, they already have secure functioning. They get it. There's a vibe around people who are secure functioning. They're calm. You feel comfortable and at ease in their presence. When people have insecure functioning, there's a tension, a walking on eggshells, and a sense that anything could happen, just not a sense of ease for the people around them and for the people inside the relationship. So I can usually tell pretty much minutes after they sit down which camp they're falling into. And then that's two different courses of action.
That's interesting. Well, what tips do you have for some of these folks? When I check up and down my timeline, there are new people getting engaged every day. Even before I got on this interview with you, I could see new pictures and everybody making announcements. What are some of the tips that you would like to provide those folks?
Well, the first thing you need to know is that the couple has to come first. Very often, one of the most common situations on our show is that one of the people in the relationship has something that's coming before the partner, whether it's their mama, their grandmother, their kids, their job, their best friend, and you have to have the couple come first. So that's number one. The other thing is that you have to be emotionally regulated. When people cannot regulate their emotions, they cannot have a successful relationship. End of story. So you have to be able to manage yourself before you're going to be able to do the important work of partnering, which is about stating needs and negotiating win-wins. You can negotiate anything in a relationship. I'm not even saying compromise. I'm saying negotiate. Find a way for you to get what you need and I to get what I need. And if they're in conflict, we come up with a solution that we can both live with. Those are the basic things that must be there in order for a relationship to be happy and thriving. So that's what I would say to couples.
Yeah. And then also, what about, I talk to my girlfriends all the time and they're like, I still haven't found the right man. Girl, where's my man? What would you say to them about finding the right one?
Well, I really believe that when you are ready, the people appear, right? The right person appears. Now, in the meantime, some other people might appear. And then sometimes you can do your work in those relationships. You can be in that relationship dealing with yourself. Now, this is the other thing I'd say. If you're dating or even married, your partner or the guys you're dating or women you're dating are going to be doing things, people things, because they act like people all the time, which is to say they're doing stuff that is not always cool. Okay, that's a given. You can focus on what they're doing, or you can look at how what they're doing is bringing up something for you. If you deal with the thing that is coming up for you, that person will either come up to meet you or go away. So I would say to your friends who are dating, each date is an opportunity to see what comes up for you. Each date is an opportunity to interface with yourself around your stuff. You start working on that stuff, whatever it is, get real about it, and you will shift, and eventually you will attract the person who is your match.
And last question to you, Tracy, how important is laughter in these relationships?
I mean, it's everything. I think that for myself personally, being an easygoing person who finds the folly in most things involving human beings, human beings, we're just dear. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when we're doing like BS, you have to look at people are doing the best they can. If they're not doing it, it's probably not because they won't, it's that they can't. And maybe you can find a way to up your compassion quotient. Now this is not assuming not in an abusive relationship, obviously,
Right.
but just in a regular old relationship, I think a sense of humor is critical.